You just came fresh from the Venice Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 huge films that you're representing. What kind of experience is this for you, my dear?
Oh my God, that's a hard question. I mean, it's really strange because I'm making myself not really think about it, because if I do, I'll just get extremely overwhelmed and then not be able to deal with anything. So it's kind of like I'm going to allow myself to think about it when I get back home. But while I'm in it, I mean, I've got terrible jet lag anyway, so it doesn't like kind of register with me while I'm in it. You just got to keep going.
Exactly.
Like you just got to keep going. Don't let anything get in your head.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a great plan. You were so wonderful. Let's start with the daughter, because what an amazing story that is. And what I love so much about you in this film and the story is the character arc that you have to go through. How she starts off and then how she ends.
Yeah.
Was that like the juiciness of it for you?
Yeah, it's strange. I think, I mean, it's always kind of hard, and particularly because this is one of my first films, it was like, I don't really know how to do it yet. I don't know how to properly kind of figure out a character arc and stuff, and kind of work out how to get it into my head that when you're filming a scene, it's not filming in the right order or whatever. So it's like, I had a lot of help from Simon, particularly in the daughter, and working out her arc, but it was, I mean, such an exciting character because of that very thing.
Yeah, and then you have some great actors to work off of. No question. Who's on this set? I mean, everyone from didn't really work with Geoffrey Rush, but just to have him there, and then the actors who play your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, Miranda Otto. And what do you learn as a young woman from these people?
It's interesting. You just by observing them, you kind of just learn this level of professionalism that you can't get from like talking to someone. Like it's something that you really just have to kind of sit back and watch, and it's kind of the way these people compose themselves and think about the character and about the process and the job itself. It's a really interesting thing to watch and kind of see how different professionals do it with different kind of experiences.
What was the tougher for you, looking for Grace or the daughter? 2 different teenage
Tougher in what way?
Well, maybe just to relate to her, to each teenager.
I found Hedvig definitely more difficult to relate to because she is a very different kind of girl. She's not really a normal teenage character. And in Looking for Grace, it was more kind of, I mean, I saw a lot of myself in Grace, so it was quite easy to kind of understand where she was coming from.
Were you a rebellious teenager?
No, not in that way.
Yeah, like take off and not.
I ran away from home so many times.
Hit the bus station.
And whatever, like slept with strange boys in
sure, why
hotel
not?
rooms.
He was cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to give him that,
cute.
right? Yeah, he was cute.
Exactly.
Can't blame her.
But yeah, I mean, they were difficult, both of them, for different reasons. And I think also because in Looking for Grace, it was quite a bit up to me, my character development, and kind of how I went about it. And I'd never done that before. I've never had the opportunity to develop a character for an entire kind of length of a film. And so it was kind of trying to get my footing around that whole idea of creating someone from like a kind of little bit of writing that you read.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were both challenging, but in very different ways.
Different ways, for sure. And then, of course, in The Daughter, you spend a lot of your scenes with Sam Neill. I mean, veteran actor. He's been in everything. I don't think there's a film festival that I have worked for 30 years that I haven't seen him in one of the,
He's in everything.
He's fabulous. What did you take from working with someone like that?
He had such, again, like what I said about professionalism, it really is like, he had such a way about him that he really, it's interesting because I felt like I got to know him by the end of shooting, but then I kind of talked to lots of people and they were like, no, that was him playing your grandfather, like that was that character. And I'm like, oh, so it's not him. But he kind of gets into that, very kind of thoughtful headspace around a character, and it was really interesting to kind of see him develop his character as well throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because he'd just come from House of Hancock, in which he plays like this quite boisterous character. He's like shouting at things, and then in the Daughter, he's very quiet and pared back and all of that sort of stuff. So it was interesting to kind of see his arc, his personal arc, as well as his character arc.
Yeah. Did you feel, you must have felt so sorry for Hedwig. I mean, honestly, I don't want to give away anything, but just the way what happens throughout the film, it's just so sad.
She's just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong kind of people around her. Simon puts it perfectly. He says, and this is, kind of specifically with Hedwig and her father, it's two people who, in that moment, the worst thing for them to do is to be around each other, but that's the thing that they feel like they need to do. Yeah. And so it is. She's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and no one around her really knows how to help her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And she feels everything.
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't have the perspective to stand back and kind of figure it all out.
But who would in that situation?
I know, exactly.
Right?
Of course, and you can't blame her at all.
Yeah.
It's a situation that no one should ever be in.
Yeah. When did you know you wanted to act?
Oh, probably around age 11. Like specifically around age 11. I feel like I always I loved it. I always loved it. I was in after-school drama classes for my entire kind of primary school years. And then at 11, I got my first screen job say screen, no, it was my first job. Yeah. And really enjoyed it. And I was just kind of like, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're realizing this, but once people see you in these two films, you're going to get a lot of offers if you're not already. And I remember years back at this film festival, I interviewed a young woman named Abby Cronish. Nobody wanted to talk to her. Sam Worthington, who? I was the first person to talk to those two. And I thought, first of all, I love Australian films. I love the actors that come out of Australia. It's my favorite filmmakers. But you are the next girl, I'm telling you. I peg it out every time. I'm never wrong. Are you ready for this onslaught? Like, is there anybody that you've looked up to that might give you some advice?
Like I said, I haven't let myself think about it because I feel like if I do, I'll just lose it. Yeah. But like, not in a scary way, not in like watch out for rehab, but like in kind of like in a weird way. I just feel like if I think about it too much, I'll jinx myself. Or like if I make predictions, I'll jinx myself. So it's just whatever happens is gonna happen.
Yeah,
so.
I understand that for sure. Is there anybody in Australia, the people that you look up to in terms of actors that have kind of been your mentors?
Not so much mentors. I love Australian actors, and specifically all the people that I've worked with on these two films. I love, and I've learned a lot about Australian film and television and acting and the industry in the past few years, and we've got some amazingly talented people that...
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, we're like this little corner of the world that's this kind of idea ground.
It's amazing films that come out of there. Anybody that you really want to work with, that you would aspire to meet and work with?
Everyone. Absolutely everyone. It's strange. I don't really focus on people so much as more of like the films themselves, which is something that people ask me a lot about, like who I look up to, and it's kind of like, wow, I have too many answers to give one. Yeah. But pretty much anyone that is kind of independent and strong in their work, I'd love to work with.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. And you're doing a little modeling and stuff too, like you're representing a brand in Australia?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm kind of just whatever is happening for press.
Yeah, so you want to just continue on with the films, which I know that's not going to be an issue with you for sure. Well, you were just so fabulous in both of these movies, honestly. Like I say, I'm going to be talking to you for many years to come. I know that for sure. And it's just a pleasure to meet you, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you, Odessa.